Tristan Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I was on boxingscene.com and I seen some news. It's kind of old news because we keep hearing about these possible opponents for Anthony Joshua. Bermane Stiverne's been floated around, Kubrat Pulev. Those are the two top names that I keep hearing thrown around. A few other names too, but those are the two that I think Hearn and Team Joshua is looking at for this next fight. Now, Joseph Parker, after his fight with Soliman Homanu, they came out and said that they're going to announce his opponent Tuesday. And the rumor is it may be Alexander Dimitrenko. So that's the rumor for Parker. So Parker and his team, that's pretty much, they're not going to take that Anthony Joshua fight next. So Joshua has to look elsewhere. And Kubrat Pulev, I was just on, like I said, I was on Boxing Scene. I seen an article that, was it KALLIE Sauerland came out and said that Pulev, rather, because he's the next person in line for a mandatory challenger, the #2 mandatory challenger, right behind my man Joseph Parker for the IBF. And Pulev is also highly rated by the WBC. I believe he's number 2 or 3. But I know he's highly rated by the WBC. That was last time I checked. I haven't checked their rankings in a few weeks, but now they're putting it out there that Pulev, you know, he may get a voluntary shot, you know, if Joshua opts to face him now, or he can sit back and just wait for his shot after the Parker versus Joshua match later on next year. So his name is still floating around. I guess he is a possibility. If they were to match up and fight, I think it'd be a step up for my man Anthony Joshua. I've been reading a lot of comments, man, and I'm not sure if just, you know, I guess everybody has their opinion on who they feel is a good fighter and who's a bad fighter, but everybody's calling this guy a bum and he's a tomato can, and I beg to differ, man. I mean, this guy is Olympian. His only loss is to Vladimir Klitschko. He beat Dimitrenko. He beat Ustinov, stopped both of those guys, and both of those guys have about, what, 3-4 inches on them, outweigh them. You know what I mean? Especially Ustinov. So, I mean, these guys outweigh him, what, about 20, 30 pounds or something like that. So, he's a good fighter, man. He has one of the best jabs in the division. I'm not saying that I necessarily think he's one of the top 3 or 4 fighters, but I do believe he has one of the top 3 or 4 jabs in the game. The way he doubles it up, triples it up. He can literally win rounds with his jab. Something that a lot of heavyweights can't do, but he is one of them, in my opinion, when I watch him. He actually stopped Dimitrenko with a jab in the 11th round of their fight. And I think that was more due to just the way the jab was landing consistently. He kind of beat the will out of Dimitrenko, in my opinion, in that fight. But Pulev was a good amateur. Like I said, he was Olympian. He lost to Oscar Rivas in the Olympics, though. A shorter, smaller, compact fighter in those games, in those Olympic games. But he's a good pro, man. He's a solid pro, in my opinion. He headhunts a little bit, you know, but he's a solid pro, man. So if Joshua was able to get in there, nullify Pulev's jab, and find a way to try to stop him, if he can do it in more impressive fashion than Vladimir did, that'd be great. Although I know the triangle theory doesn't work all the time. Vladimir, that was one of his best performances in the past few years, in my opinion, from Vladimir. Vladimir was very bouncy on his toes, landed a nice lead left hook that knocked Pulev. I believe that was a shot that knocked him out, or I know at least knocked him down. I can't remember that fight exactly, but Vladimir looked very good in that fight, man. He looked very good in that fight. He was able to out-jab Pulev. The first few rounds looked like they were having a fencing match with their jabs, and that's what I'm saying. He can go jab for jab with the best of them. His right hand is pretty quick, but he's not a huge power puncher. He's more, his shots, accumulation shots, you know what I mean? Then he tries to get you out of there like that. But Pulev versus Joshua, I'm just getting this news out there, man, that, you know, Pulev is a name that they're throwing around with the likes of, like I said, Bermane Stiverne and all these other guys, some other guys that fans want to see Joshua fight, Bryant Jennings, Andy Ruiz. I mean, we go so on, you know, on and on with these names. But the two names that I think Joshua's going to fight, Stiverne or Pulev. I think those would be two good fights for Anthony Joshua. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I know we've been down the street before talking about Pulev and Joshua. But hey, that's the latest news that's out right now on websites, so I'm getting it out to you. That's what my channel is about, daily news, or I try to make it daily. I know I skip some days, a day or two sometime, but I try to make it daily, man. So whatever's out there, I try to report that to you. Another thing, go to my the heavyweight prospect playlist, man. Check that out. Y'all bugging. Y'all got to check those prospects out. I got about 67 of them up there all across the world. And another thing, if you guys know some prospects that I haven't covered or you think I'm sleeping on, or please leave it in the comment section of this video. But check out that prospect playlist. I got a lot of prospects, man. So some of them that you guys recommend to me sometimes, I've already done videos on them. Check that playlist out, man. I'm out.